Okay, chapter 5.6, graphing linear inequalities. This time is inequality, not equation. Inequalities, right? Inequalities. Inequalities is less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. There's a less than or greater than symbol. So if it's an equation, what is the graph of an equation? Let's say here is x-axis, y-axis, x-axis, y-axis. Let's say this is an equation. Let's say this y equals x plus 1, something like this. Okay, this is an equation, isn't it? This is equation. This is what? Equation. So graph means it's a collection of, the graph is straight line. Why is it straight line? Straight line. Because collection of all the order pairs that satisfies the equation makes the straight line. So x equals 0, y equals 1. X equals 1, then y equals 2, right? So once you collect all the order pairs, then you will make a straight line. You will create a straight line, straight line. But if this is less than or greater than, so let's say we have an equation, y is less than x plus 1. Then what will be the graph of this? Equation means the output. The output is what? The output comes from this input, right? Comes from this input. So that is a straight line, but less than. If this is less than, okay, the output is less than this expression means, okay, we have an output here. This is an output, it's an output. Less than means less than this number. Let's say this is 1. Less than this number. So it will be all the numbers below this. So if x equals 0, then y is what? Should be less than 1, isn't it? X equals 0, then y is less than 1. So here is 1, and then less than 1 is all below this number. Even 1. If x equals 1, then y is less than 2. So this value is 2, right? This value is 2. But y is always less than this number, so below this number, below this y. Can you see it? So less than means all the graph, all the area below the line. Make sense? All the area below the line. So this means less than means output is less than, y is less than means below the straight line. Can you see it? So this is inequality. Y is less than x plus 1. This is inequality. So y is less than means select all the area, select the half area actually. Half of the plane that is below the straight line. Okay, below the straight line. Okay, let's use blue color to write this. Okay, what if y is greater than? Okay, let me use here. So y is greater than x plus 1. Okay? So if x equals 0, what happens? If x equals 0, then y is, x equals 0, then y is greater than 1, right? Y is greater than 1. So this means if x equals 0, then y is always greater than 1. This is 1. So greater than 1 is above the line, right? Above the line. If x equals 1, then 1 plus 1 is y is greater than 2. So x equals 1, this is 1, then this is 2, right? 2. So greater than this number. So above the line, isn't it? Above the line. And so on. So whenever x is given, you have y value, but y value is always greater than the given number, right? Greater. So always above the line, right? So let me erase this one. So y is greater than means what? The graph is above the line. The graph is above the straight line. Okay? Above the straight line. Make sense? Okay. All right, so Okay, what if there's an equal sign? Let's say there is an equal sign. Then this means two things, right? Less than or equal to. So that means the straight line is included. Straight line is included. Equal sign, then the straight line is included. If there's no equal sign, then the straight line is not included. Okay? All right. So let me draw another line like this. Another line. So here it is. Y is less than less than x. What is the graph of this? That is x, y, right? Okay, this is y equals x graph. Y equals x graph. I use dotted line. Dotted line because if there's no equal sign, not included. Y is less than x, so it's gotta be below the line. Y is below the line, right? Below the line. So the graph is below the line, but the line is not included. The straight line, the boundary, the straight line is not included. Why? Because there's no equal sign. No equal sign. No equal sign. Then what? Then the straight line not included. Straight line is not included. Not included. And then we use what? Dotted line. Dotted line. Use dotted line. Okay, use the dotted line if this is not included, if the equation is not included. This is really important. Okay, dotted line. What if line is included? What if y is less than or equal to y is equal to x? So equal sign is included, right? Equal sign is included. Then what? The equal sign. The equal sign is included. Then the line is solid. Okay, the equal sign. Equal sign is included. Okay, the equal sign is included. The equal sign is included. Then what do we do? Use solid line. You say solid line. Okay, the line is solid. Okay, the line is solid. The line is solid. Okay, the line is solid. Very important. Solid line. Okay, so the graph will be something like this. So if I graph it, x, y, right? Solid, not dotted, solid. And y is less than x. So less than means below the line. Make sense? Solid. And dotted means there's no equal sign. No equal sign means the boundary line is not included in the solution. Okay. All right, so when we graph an inequality, okay, first we will rewrite the inequality in y is less than or greater than something like this, right? Inequality. So left-hand side is y is less than or equal to, mx plus b, something like this. So since this is less than, we can select below the line. If y is greater than something, then we will select above the line, right? This is what we learned so far. So, but there's another information to draw an inequality. So the inequality is either above the line or below the line, above the line or below the line. So if the solution is below the line, I mean, if the graph is below the line, then all the points in this region, in this shade area, must satisfy the inequality. So if this is 1 and 2, then plug in 1 and 2 for x and y, then the inequality must be true. So that this is a solution, then the whole area on this side is the solution. Okay, that's another approach selecting either above the line or below the line. So from this, let's try, let's rewrite the equation, rewrite the inequality in, y is less than or greater than something. Okay, so rewrite. So first of all, rewrite the inequality. Okay, rewrite the inequality. So 2x plus 3y is less than or equal to 6. So minus 2x each side. All right, then 3y is less than or equal to negative 2x plus 6. And then divide each side by what? Negative 3, right? Negative 3. We want to write y on the left-hand side. So y is less than or equal to negative 2/3 x plus 2, right? So we have an inequality. So from this inequality, we will draw a straight line. Number 2, make an equation. And graph. Then graph the straight line. Okay, straight line, either dotted or solid, right? So in this case, it will be a solid line because this is an equation. So write an equation. Y is equal to negative 2/3 x plus 2, right? So using this, let's graph it. X-axis, y-axis. And then when x equals 0, what happens? X equals 0, y is 2. So, okay, let's say f of 0. What's f of 0? 2/3 0 plus 2 is equal to 0 plus 2. So 2, right? So we have when x equals 0, y is 2. So we have 1 point. X equals 0, y is 1, 2, right? 2. All right, then let's find another point, which is, let's use multiple of this denominator, 3. Then negative 2/3 times 3 plus 2 is equal to 3 cancel out. So negative 2 plus 2 is 0. So when x is 3, then y is 0. 1, 2, 3. When x equals 3, y is 0. Make sense? So we found 2 points. It's really important to make an equation first. So write an equation. Make an equation, right? Make an equation and then graph the straight line. So this time the straight line is solid. This time it's a solid, right? Solid because there's an equal sign. Okay, straight line. So we graph only the straight line. Now y is equal to, then it's all the points on the line. And we need less than. So less than means what? Below the line, right? Below the line. So the graph will be below this line. So this is the solution. Okay? So this is the solution. Make sense? All right. Then let's check whether this is solution. Okay. Let's check this point. Any point in the shaded area. Any point. This one, any point is fine, right? So once we plug in, test this order pair. So let's use this one. This is 0, 0, right? 0, 0. Let's check whether this one satisfies the inequality. So check. Okay, let's check. Check a solution. Check a solution, right? An order pair. Check a solution. Order pair. Order pair. In the shaded area. Okay, so why don't we try 0, 0? Then what's the function? The inequality is y is less than or equal to, what we have is negative 2/3 x, right? Negative 2/3 x plus 2, right? So let's plug in whether this is true. Okay, y equals 0. Let's check whether this is true. X equals 0. Then this is 2. Is this true? 0 is less than 2, right? 0 is less than 2. This is true, right? True. So, yes. True. So 0, 0 is a solution, right? It's a solution, which means we are right. We are right. So this area below the line is the solution. This is true. So below the line, graph shade below the line, then that is the solution area of this inequality. Or you can do this way. Here's another approach. Okay, so anyway, we have to write an equation. Okay, number 2. Another approach. Okay, another approach is this. Okay, write this as an equation, same as it's an equation. As an equation, and then graph. Okay, graph the straight line. So here is the x-axis. Here is the y-axis, right? Okay, so graph the line, graph the straight line. Okay, so we will try x equals 0. Okay, x equals 0 and the y equals 0. Let's plug in x equals 0. Then what happens? X equals 0, then 2 times 0 plus 3y is equal to 6. We want to find 2 points. So 3y is equal to 6. So y is equal to 2, right? So this will give us when x equals 0, y is 2. So this will give us when x equals 0, y is 2, right? X equals 0, y is 2. Okay, and then let's use y equals 0. Y equals 0, so that means 2x plus 3 times 0 is equal to 6. So 2x is equal to 6. So this gives x equals 3, which means when x equals 3, y equals 0, right? 1, 2, 3. When x equals 3, y equals 0. And then draw the straight line. So we graph the straight line. And then we want to select either above or below. We don't know which one is which. So we can test any point. Okay, test a point. Test a point. 0, 0 is the best one because x is 0, y equals 0, right? Test a point. Well, I will use 0, 0. So I will use 0 for x and then 0 for y, right? So we have an equation. 2x plus 3y is less than or equal to 6. So this is the inequality. So the inequality, right? From the inequality, plug in these points. So x equals 0, y equals 0. So 0 plus 0 is less than 6. So 0 is less than 6. Is it true? True, right? True. 0 is less than 6. Then select the solution is the area containing this point. So the solution is the area containing this point. So this is the solution. Okay, including the line. So true, right? True means select the area containing the test point. The test point 0, 0. Make sense? If the inequality is false, then 0, 0 is not a solution. So the solution will be the other side. So it will be the above the line, right? But in this case, 0, 0 is a solution. So we will select the area that contains this point. Make sense? Okay, let's try examples. Okay, example 1, graph the solution set of this inequality. Okay, so first of all, let's rewrite so that it is y is greater than something. So let me rewrite it in the slope-intercept form. Okay, slope-intercept form. So minus 3x each side, minus 3x each side, then y is greater than negative 3x minus 2, right? So we have an inequality like this in slope-intercept form. So using this, let's graph it. So when you graph it, make an equation. First, make an equation. And using this equation, let's graph it. So f of 0. When x equals 0, what happens? Negative 3 times 0 minus 2. So that is 0 minus 2 is negative 2, right? So when x equals 0, y is negative 2. Okay, let's find another point. All right, let's use 1. Okay, 1. X equals 1. Negative 3 times 1 minus 2. Then this negative 3 minus 2. Negative 3 minus 2 equals negative 5. So here is another point. When x equals 1, then y is negative 5, right? And then graph the straight line. X, y. Graph the straight line. So, there's no equal sign. Okay? There's no equal sign, which means this one is in slope. This is in slope intercept form, right? Intercept form. Okay. So 2 points. When x equals 0, y is negative 2. 1, 2, negative 2. When x equals 1, y is negative 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Negative 5. Right? This is x equals 1, y is negative 5. Okay. And then connect these 2 points. Oh, before we connect this one, make a straight line. This is what? This is dotted line, right? Dotted line. Or dashed line, right? Dashed line. Dotted line. So we will draw a dotted line like this. Dotted line, right? And then we will select, half the plane. So either above this dotted line or below the dotted line. So which one is it? Which is the best line? Well, look at this. Y is greater than. The coefficient of y has to be 1. If this negative y, then it doesn't work. So always the coefficient of y is equal to 1. Okay, 1, positive 1. Then if this greater, the greater means what? Above the line, right? Above. So this means above the line. Above the line. Okay, above the line. Make sense? Make sure y is on the left hand side. And the coefficient of y is always positive. Okay, positive. Then the solution is what? Above the line, this one. Okay, that's the solution. Make sense? Or you can test a point. Or test a point. 0, 0. Test a point. 0, 0. So y is greater than negative 3x minus 2. Let's check whether this is true. Okay, so y equals 0, x is 0, then 0 is greater than negative 2. Is this true? 0 is greater than 2, right? This is true. Yes, so what? So 0, 0 is a solution, so that we will select the area containing this 0. Make sense? Okay, so select the area containing the test point 0, 0, right? So this is the area solution, the solution of the inequality. Okay, let's try another method. Another method is what? Another method is just write an equation. Okay, write an equation and then plot the points. Okay, so x equals 0. When x equals 0, what happens? X equals 0, then 3 times 0 plus y is equal to negative 2. Then this is 0 plus y is negative 2. So this will give you y is negative 2, right? So this means when x equals 0, y is negative 2. Okay, let's plug in y equals 0. Y equals 0 is what? This is 0, so 3x plus 0 equals negative 2. So 3x is equal to negative 2. So x equals negative 2/3, right? So when x, this means 2/3. So when x equals negative 2/3, y is 0. So from this, let's graph it. This is x, this is y. So here is x is negative 2/3, negative 1. Negative 2/3 is over here, right? And then another point, when x equals 0, y is 2, negative 2. This is negative 2. All right, and then what? So we found two points. 2 points, so connect these 2 points using what? Dotted line, right? Dotted line, because there's no equal sign. No equal sign, dotted line, and then test the point. Test the point, 0, 0. Okay, test 0, 0. And then once you plug in 0, 0, what happens? So 3x plus y is greater than negative 2, right? Greater than negative 2. So plug in 0, 0. X equals 0, y is 0, this is negative 2. We want to check whether this is true. Then 0 is greater than negative 2. Is this true? Right? True, right? True, true. So since this is true, the area containing 0 is the solution. So this is the solution area, which is same as the first try, right? Okay. Okay, for this inequality, okay, we have to write in slope inertia form. And then y is, this one is, okay, then x minus, so this is x minus, right? X minus. So what we do is rewrite it. So x minus 3y is less than 2. Then move x to the other side. Move x to the other side. Then negative 3y is less than negative x plus 2. And then divide each side by what? Negative 3. Look at this. We want to divide each side by a negative number. What do we do? Negative number. Divide by negative 3. Divide by negative 3. Then what happens? Flip this one, right? Flip this one. So what we have is y is greater than, this time greater than 1 over 3x minus 2/3, right? Okay, so we have an inequality like this. So from this inequality, write an equation. Always write an equation so that we can draw a straight line, right? Straight line. So using 2 points, let's find 2 points using 2 x values. So the best one is when x equals 0. So if x equals 0, then what happens? 1 over 3 times 0 minus 2/3 is equal to 0 minus 2/3, which means negative 2/3. So this will give us when x equals 0, y is negative 2/3, right? Input x equals 0, then y is negative 2/3. Okay, let's use another point. Let's use multiple of this denominator 3. So 3, why don't we use 3? So 1/3 times 3 minus 2 over 3. We don't have to, because look at this. The fraction, this is fraction, the denominator is 3, so why don't we use just 1? Because the denominator is 3, common denominator, right? So 1/3 times 1 minus 2/3 equals 1/3 minus 2/3. So that is negative 1/3, right? So when x equals 1, y is negative 1/3. Okay, let's graph this. Let's graph it here. X, y, and then x equals 0, y is negative 2/3, negative 1, negative 2. So maybe negative 2/3 somewhere over here, right? Negative 1, negative 2. Okay, if x equals 1, then y is negative 1/3. Negative 1/3 is over here. Right? So the graph is connecting these two. Okay, is there an equal sign? No equal sign, right? No equal sign, which means, okay, no equal sign means dotted line, right? Dotted line. Dotted line. So dotted line is this, right? And then we'll have to select either above or below. But look at this. Look at this. Y is greater than, right? Y is greater than. So it should be what? Above the line. Above the line. Simple, huh? Above the line. Done. Above the line. Okay, so this is 1. Right, x equals 1. All right, let's try another approach. Another approach, which is what? Testing a point. So x minus 3y is less than 2. So from here, let's make an equal sign first. Let's make it an equation first so that we can find two values, 2 points. So if x equals 0, then what happens? X equals 0, then 0 minus 3y is equal to 2. So negative 3y is equal to 2. Y is negative 2/3, right? Negative 2/3. Divide each side by 3, negative 3. So this means x equals 0, y is 2/3. Okay, let's find y equals 0. Y equals 0 means, okay, so x minus 3 times 0 equals 2. X minus 0 equals 2. So x equals 2, right? So this gives us a coordinate. X equals 2, y is 0. So let's plot these 2 points. Okay, here is x, here is y, and x equals 2, y equals 0. Here is x equals 0, then y is -1, -2, -2/3 over here, right? And then connect these 2 points. Connect, but since this one has not equal sign, this is a dotted line, right? Dotted line, right? Dotted line. So I'm gonna draw a dotted line connecting these 2 points. And then which one is it? The solution should be above or below. So we don't know. So why don't we use this 0, 0 test, right? Test. 0, 0. So plug in 0, 0, x minus 3y. So here, x minus 3y is less than 2. So let's plug in 0, 0. 0 minus 3 times 0. Is it less than 2? We don't know, right? We don't know. Then this -3 is less than 2. This is less than 2. Is this true? Is this true? Yes, -3 is less than 2. This is true, right? So we will select the area containing this point, 0, 0. So the solution is this area, containing this point. Make sense? Okay, so this inequality, the result is true using 0, 0. Okay, plug in 0, 0, right? 0, 0. Plug in 0, 0. Then the inequality is true. So then we will select the area containing this point, which is above the line. Okay, let's try one more example. Okay, example 2, graph y is greater than 3. Okay, y is greater than 3. This one is what? Y is equal to 3, right? Y equals 3. This is a horizontal line, isn't it? This means this is horizontal line. Horizontal line, right? Horizontal line. So y is greater than 3 means, okay, once we graph it, this is horizontal line, x-axis, y-axis. The y value is 3, right? And then this, there's no equal sign. There's no equal sign, so it's gonna be a dotted line, dashed line, right? Dotted line, right? Dotted line. So it's horizontal line, so we're gonna draw a graph like this. So this dotted line is the equation y equals 3. But we want to find y is greater than 3. Greater than 3 means all the y values that is more than this number 3, right? So greater than means above the line. Make sense? And there's no equal sign, so this line is not included in the solution. This line is not included in the solution, but all the points above the line is the solution because y is greater than this number 3, above the line. Okay, how about this? X is less than 3. This is problem number 2. Problem number 2. So let's make an equation first. Okay, equation first. Then this is what? This is a vertical line, isn't it? Vertical line. Vertical line. Vertical line. So let's draw a vertical line. X-axis, y-axis, 1, 2, 3. So vertical line. But since there is no equal sign, this is a dotted line. Right? So I'm going to draw a vertical line that crosses 3 on the x-axis. Okay, now x is less than 3 means x is less than 3, isn't it? Left of 3, isn't it? Left of 3. So less than means left of this vertical line. Make sense? So 2 is less than 3, 1 is less than 3, 0 is less than 3. So all the points whose x value is less than 3 are in the left side of this vertical line. So that's the solution. Okay. So when you graph an inequality, what do we do first? Inequality. Okay, first make an equal sign. Okay, make an equal sign. Make an equation first. Okay, make an equation and then what? Find 2 points. Find 2 points. Find 2 points and plot. And plot plot the points. Okay, next, no equal sign. If the inequality has no equal sign, then what do we do? Use dotted line, right? Dotted line to connecting 2 points. To connect 2 points, right? To connect the 2 points. Make sense? And then number 4, okay. No equal sign. Otherwise, which means it has an equal sign only, inequality only, then what? Use what? Solid line. Use solid line. Right? Okay, number 4. Select either above or below the line. Below the dotted or solid line, right? Okay, how? Test a point. Test a point. Usually test any point not on the line. Okay, not on the line. It should be not on the line. Okay, not on the line. So usually 0, 0 is the best one. If 0, 0 is on the line, then use different point. Okay, so test the point. If the inequality is true, then what do we do? Shade the area containing the test point. Okay, otherwise shade the other side of the line. Okay, the other side of the line that does not contain the test point. Make sense? Okay, so this is what we did. So make an equation, so something like this. Make an equation, replace the inequality into an equation, and then find 2 points, and then graph the straight line. The straight line is either dotted line or solid line. Okay, dotted or solid. And then what do? We need to select either above or below the line, so we can use test a point. So test a point, 0, 0 is the best one. And if 0, 0 makes the inequality true, then what? Select the area containing the point. If this is not true, then select the area at the other side. Or we can select the area by rewriting. Okay, rewrite the inequality in slope-intercept form. Right? Slope-intercept form, which is y is less than mx plus b, right? Mx plus b, or y is greater than mx plus b, something like this. And then if y is less than, then below the line, shade below the line. If it's greater than, shade the above the line. Okay, shade the area above the line. Make sense? Okay, let me, I will rewrite this because this writing is not legible. So I will rewrite it. So the definition is this. So please understand these procedures, and then you can graph the inequalities. Okay, I'm done.